How Tottenham beat Manchester City. For cheap good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfifa.com, a link will be left in the description, and use code ATLANTISFOOTBALL for 5% off. So in this video I will analyse how Tottenham were able to shut down City's attacks, how Pep used Grealish in this game, why Tottenham's front three was so effective, the XG figures for both sides, and my overall verdict on each side's performance in this game. But before I carry on with the analysis, let me tell you about the OneFootball app, because this is where I go to keep up to date with the latest circulating transfer news, and I find the match section on the app incredibly useful as well, particularly with all top 5 European leagues starting again by next week. If you like this channel, you'll definitely love this app, so when you go to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like after this video, which would be very much appreciated, make sure you also click the link in the description to get the OneFootball app as well. So from the start of the game, what was most eye-catching was that Tottenham were defending in a very narrow 4-3-3 shape against Manchester City's 2-3-5 shape, with Cancelo and Mendy inverting, and Grealish and Gundogan pushing up between the lines, with Ferran Torres dropping off from the forward line. The instant difference between Nuno's and Mourinho's defensive systems was that the wide players in Nuno's systems were positioned a lot higher up the pitch than Mourinho's. If Lucas and Bergwijn had been in wider, deeper positions, creating more of a midfield 5 in order to protect the space out wide, this would have given City more space either side of Fernandinho, which would have allowed either the City centre-backs or the full-backs to receive the ball and be able to carry it forward into the middle third. However, with Lucas and Bergwijn tight to Son, City could not do this, and they were forced to circulate the ball into wider positions, and we also saw the wide central midfielders Ali and Højbjerg beat the players to move out and pressurise the City fullbacks, rather than the wide forwards Lucas and Bergwijn, and this was done so that the two could retain central positions and cut off this pass back inside to Fernandinho, which was key in stopping City being able to progress the ball through the centre of the pitch. City's plan in possession was to circulate the ball from side to side using the fullbacks' narrow positioning, and look to work the ball into the half space with Grealish and Gundogan. However, Tottenham's positionally disciplined midfield managed to remain vertically compact and stop these spaces developing. Tottenham, on the other hand, were using a more direct form of attack. As soon as there was a turnover in midfield, like here with Højbjerg dispossessing Sterling, outside the Tottenham box, they would look to play a quick vertical pass into Bergwijn or Lucas, who were positioned centrally without the ball and therefore opened up a passing lane to receive the ball in, and from here their dribbling ability could carry the ball into the final third and look to find one of Son's runs down the side of the centre-back. This is where Tottenham's goal in the second half came from. The ball gets headed out of the Tottenham box and Lucas flicks a ball past Fernandinho, and now Bergwijn is running with the ball into the City half at Ake and Diaz, with Son making an early movement down the channel. Bergwijn finds him, and even though Ake should be a lot tighter to Son and not allow him inside on his left foot, Son's shot is superb and it drifts into the far bottom right corner. Throughout the game, Tottenham's defending in the channels was excellent, with the narrow 4-3-3 cutting the passing lanes in field. City were obviously going to be able to work the ball down the flanks a lot easier, but both Reguilón and Tanganga were fantastic in these duels, with Reguilón putting in a good shift against Mahrez in one-on-ones, and often even preventing that situation by being able to anticipate and intercept passes out to the Algerian. Tanganga on the right was also great in one-on-ones against Sterling and Grealish, and the combination of the fullback and Tottenham's wide central midfielder on that side, either Højbjerg or Skip on the right and Ali on the left, prevented City from creating overloads down the flanks with under and overlapping runs, which did seem like City's best route to goal. I thought Zinchenko should have replaced Mendy a lot earlier than he did, because despite Mendy putting in some good crosses into the box and making a few good switches of play, he was far too slow on the ball in the middle third when City needed quicker circulation to break down Spurs. De Bruyne and Grealish were being used as a left central midfielder, left winger combination, with both drifting out to that side and alternating positions in the half space or on the flank, with Grealish preferring to hold his width most of the time in an attempt to isolate and beat Tanganga in one-on-ones down that side, which did not materialise due to the Tottenham defenders' excellent concentration, anticipation and tackling ability, and the work of Højbjerg and Skip on the inside of him. City needed better movement down the channels. Often the tempo was far too slow, but we did see Grealish causing problems in that Mezzala position, as here Jesus has the ball out wide and he's able to make a well-timed underlapping run in behind Højbjerg, getting in behind the Tottenham back line and in a shooting position for what I think was the only time in the game. City did create chances throughout the game, finishing with an XG of 2.11 to Tottenham's 1.06, but for City this came mostly from set pieces and down the flanks with either Mendy, but usually Cancelo creating a chance from a crossing situation. But I wouldn't call any of the chances created clear-cut chances. City did seem to be missing something around the box, and I think that was a well-timed movement of a centre forward, as Ferran Torres was playing more as a fifth attacking midfielder rather than a striker making penetrating movements in behind. Tottenham on the other hand had this in abundance, with Son's movement being crucial to allowing Bergwijn and Lucas to progress the ball into the final third, because by making a run down the side of the defender, Son drags the centre back backwards, opening up more space for Lucas and Bergwijn. But I think overall Tottenham did deserve their win, and in Nuno's 4-3-3 they seem perfectly set up for this deep, defensive shape and quick transition in attack, which would aid them in games where they don't have the majority of the ball. But City look like they do need to play with an out-and-out forward, whether that's Gabriel Jesus or Harry Kane. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to give it a like, subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. Go to the description to check out some of my other videos as well. Put your thoughts in the comment section below and follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more content as well.